Hi guys, my name is Jenna Gibbs. I am a personal trainer at the University of Iowa Rec Services. I also teach high intensity interval training as well as some lifting classes. So today I'm really excited to bring to you just a short workout. We're going to be doing strength sets combined with yoga. All right, so we will get a little bit of mobility, a little bit of strength, and we will have a great workout. One thing, I'm 30 weeks pregnant, so all of these movements will be safe for me as well as for you. I am using a set of 15-pound dumbbells. If you're stronger, you may want to go heavier, 20s, even 30s. If you don't have dumbbells at home, you can also use water bottles or lighter dumbbells as well. All right, so we're going to start by getting warmed up. All right. I apologize if there's background noise. It's pouring rain outside. I'm here on my family farm, of course, teaching from home. So we've got rain out there. We'll see how this goes. All right, so for our first warm-up, we're just going to start in down dog. We're going to move between down dog and plank to start to activate our core and also kind of stretch everything out. So you want to come to that nice V position, making sure your feet are hip width apart or even wider, and just really press the floor away. Try to get your hips nice and high. If you have tight hamstrings, you can also kind of take a gentle bend to the knee, and just take a couple breaths here. Really firm up the back of your arms. And we are going to be doing downward dog today with one of our strength sets. Let's inhale forward, high plank. Just find a nice strong plank. Make sure that your fingertips are spread apart. Press that floor away. And then exhale, down dog. So we're going to do that a few times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale, chest and gaze forward. Exhale, looking back between your knees. Let's do it 3 times. 2. Nice and strong through the core. Last one. Nice strong core. And then back to downward facing dog. Stay in your downward facing dog. Bend your knees if you have to. Walk your hands back to your feet for a forward fold. Just kind of rinsing it out. We call this ragdoll in yoga. Grab your opposite elbows. Swing side to side. Good. Gentle bend in the knees. Inhale. Come on up. Our next one that we're going to do is called a squat to forward fold. So all we're going to do, feet super wide, toes slightly out. You're going to forward fold. Come down to a nice garland squat. Okay, if you can't get this low, you may be more upright. And then we're going to stand. Okay, fold, hips drop, chest lifts. Stand. Good. We're going to try to keep the heels down in the squat. If you're tight in the ankles, that's okay if they lift a little bit. And stand. Good. Let's do 3 more. It's early in the morning here, so I'm a little tight. Good. Fold. Squat. And stand. Stay right where you are. Take your legs wide apart. Let's just take a wide leg forward fold. Hands on your hips. Look up, lift the chest. Keep your spine nice and long as you enter. If you're tight, you can just come onto fingertips or hands and stay halfway lifted. Or if you're a little bit more loose, drop your head, drop your torso. Hands come to the inside of your ankles. And fold. And don't hold your breath. Good. Come back to that halfway lifted position. Got to have a strong core here. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. Awesome. So our first superset we're going to do twice. It's really for the legs, okay? So we're going to combine it with a 30-second yoga pose. When you're lifting and supersetting with yoga, you don't want to hold the yoga pose for more than a minute or else your muscles are going to get too loosey-goosey, okay? So our yoga poses will be a little bit shorter. Our first move is going to be a single leg deadlift. You can do this with or without weights. It's a very challenging move, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to balance on one leg. I'm starting on my left. We've got 8 times coming forward, lowering those dumbbells or a single dumbbell to about shin level, lifting our back leg, all right? If this is too hard, you can go down to 1 dumbbell, or you don't lift your back leg quite as high, okay? There's 4. So an example of not lifting that back leg quite as high, you can even leave the back leg on the ground. 5, just like this. 6, keep that weight in the front foot. 7, 8, good. Switching sides, other leg. 8 on the right side. 1, single leg deadlift. Keep your spine nice and long. 2, very challenging move. 3, 4, 5, getting into a rhythm. 6, try to keep that front knee very stable. 7, 8, good, awesome. That's challenging for me, 15 pounds. So holding onto your dumbbells, again, you can do air squats if you don't have weights. We're gonna do 12 squat thrusters. Feet wide, dumbbells at your shoulders in a neutral grip, all right? We're gonna get low and thrust. 12 times, here we go. 1, keep your abs in. 2, 3, your squat depth is going to depend on how flexible you are. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, awesome. Set those dumbbells down to the side. Grab a drink of water if you need. That was our lower body. We're going to hit lizard as our yoga stretch. So to enter lizard, start in downward facing dog. Coming back into it, stretch it out. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Toes forward. Drop your hips. Those of you that are looking for more of a challenge, you can keep your back knee lifted. Both my hands are to the inside of the front foot. I'm lifting my chest, lifting my gaze forward so that I keep it in the hips. Good. If you want a more relaxing version of lizard, keep your chest, keep your gaze lifted, drop your back knee, okay? Good, we've got about 10 more seconds here. If you want a nice little rotation, you can plant your left hand, reach your right arm up to the sky for lizard with a twist. Some people call this world's greatest stretch. Good. Hand down, back to downward facing dog. Good, let's take it to the other side. Left foot forward, left toes forward. Drop your hips. Keep your chest and spine nice and long. Gaze is forward. Option if it's too hard, drop your back knee. So my front knee, my front toes are really facing forward. They're not spiraling out to the side. And we've got about 10 more seconds here. Just dropping deep into that hip. This is going to help us get that nice low squat for our second round of thrusters. Now you can keep your right arm down, reach your left arm high. World's greatest stretch, lizard with rotation. Good, and then back to downward facing dog. Awesome, walk your hands all the way to your feet. Gentle bend of the knees brings you up to stand. We're gonna do that whole thing again. Okay, so if single leg deadlift was too hard, you can do a double leg deadlift, Or again, you don't have to lift your back leg. You can keep it down on the ground and do deadlift from a B stance, okay? All right. Let's start on the right foot this time. Right foot, ball the foot, heel the foot down. We're gonna lift that left leg. Now you can gently bend that right knee. Nobody said this had to be a straight leg deadlift. Here's 3, we're going for 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Switching sides. Find balance in that left foot first. Make sure it's nice and stable, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. This is hard doing this 30 weeks pregnant. 4, balance is challenging. 5, 6, we've got 2 more. Keep breathing. There's 8. All right, 12 thrusters. Some people call these squat thrusts. Front rack those weights. We should be able to get low because we had that lizard. Here we go. 1, 2. It's all about momentum with those dumbbells. 3, 4, 5. Halfway. Here we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Set those dumbbells off to the side. If you're a little out of breath, that's fine. Thrusters are totally a CrossFit move, so it's understandable. We rest in our stretch. Downward facing dog. This time, take that left foot to the outside left hand. Good. Both hands to the inside of the ankle. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Long spine. Sink into that left hip. Okay, straighten that back leg. Or set that back knee down, but keep the hips lowering. Okay, we got about 20 more seconds here. Just enjoying lizard. So there is a variation of lizard where we drop our chest to the ground, but for today's purposes, we're just really keeping our chest up, keeping our gaze forward to just work on getting those hips to open. You have the option of staying with that back knee lifted. Good, and then with the knee down or knee lifted, plant your right hand down, take your twist, rotate through the upper spine. Good. Both hands down, back to downward facing dog. Make sure those feet are hip width apart. Now's a good time to measure. And then right foot forward, come into lizard. Both hands to the inside of that right knee. So right kneecap, right toes facing the front of your mat. Try to straighten that back leg. Good, you have the option, of course, to drop your back knee. Just really sink the hips and enjoy this stretch. It's really great combining these stretches with weightlifting too, because if you get out of breath during the lifting part, it gives your muscles a little bit of a chance to recover, and it also brings down your heart rate just a little bit. Left hand down, right arm tall. Take your twist. Don't let your right knee spiral out to the right. Keep your right kneecap facing forward, even while you're twisting. Hands down, downward facing dog. Awesome, this time let's walk feet to hands. Good, hands to hips. Bend your knees if you have to. Inhale, come up. It's kind of like coming out of a deadlift. All right, our next one is going to be all about the upper body. We're going to hit the biceps and triceps. Then we're going to really hold a good downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, straight arms. Some people call it locked out. I don't like that word
because it sounds like you're hyperextending your elbow, but you do want a really nice straight arm into your downward facing dog. So our biceps, we're just gonna do regular good old hammer curls. So hammer curls, wrists are facing your hips. Wrists stay facing each other the whole entire time, kind of like Thor and his hammer. All right, we've got 12 of them. 1, keep your chest up. 2, 3, abs are braced. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we got 2 more, 11, and 12. Awesome. Dumbbells can go down. Triceps, a little bit harder to get, especially if you don't have access to machines. We're going to do a close grip push-up. So normally in push-ups, we have our hands shoulder width. Some people even take their push-ups wider than shoulders, which is awesome. That gets the chest. But today, we're going to do narrow. I call these Chaturanga push-ups. So hands are right at the shoulders, if not slightly inside. As we push up, you're going to keep your elbow very, very close to your rib cage. Okay? We have 10 of these. I'm going to demonstrate with my knees down since I'm pregnant, but I encourage you to try it with the legs suspended, okay, on toes. Here we go, 10 tricep push-ups. 1, 2, keep those elbows in. 3, gazes forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Good. Coming onto all fours. You can do a few more if you want to. Spread your fingers apart. Press your palms into the floor. We're already here for our downward facing dog. So notice, strong biceps, strong triceps will help you get that arm to straight. Long spine. Catch your breath. Again, we don't want to hold these yoga poses too long. Try to pull in your lower belly. I know that's hard for me to demonstrate right now. Good, come on down to hands and knees. Stay in tabletop, wrist stretch. Turn your wrist towards the front of your mat. Fingertips back towards your toes. If this is too much of a wrist stretch, stay right here, press your palms down, or you can lean back slightly, okay? This will give you that computer relief from typing using your hands. Good. Rock the weight forward before you reverse the wrists, just to be easy on them. Shake them out, and we're going to do that again, bicep curls and close grip push-ups. So here we go, hammer curls. We've got 12. 1, 2, 3, strong biceps. 4, 5, working those arms. 6, 7, 8, 9, last 3 guys. 10, 11, 12, awesome, good job. Dumbbells down, close grip, keep your elbows close to your body as you do these push-ups, all right? Rigid plank-like position with the whole entire trunk. Here we go, gazes forward. 1, we've got 10. 2, if you want to do more, you can be my guest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. We are all set up. Spread your hands. You can come onto all fours to kind of give your arms some relief. Downward facing dog. This is our yoga. Right here. Toes forward, hips back. Really try to breathe into the back of your ribs. If you can get your heels down to the ground in downward facing dog, that's great. It is totally okay if you're a little tight and those heels are lifted. Woo, strong triceps, strong back of the arms. We just worked them, so you should really be able to feel them here. Okay, here we go, all fours. Reverse the wrists. Stretching out those inner forearms. Lean it back. Press your palms down hard into the floor. Fingers are spread apart. Good. This isn't necessarily a yoga pose per se. We do it a lot in yoga class, especially if we're doing arm balances, handstands, and things like that. All right, go ahead and lean on out of it. Shake off the hands. Okay, next set. We just got two things. We're going to combine Warrior Two pose with Goblet Squats. So for your Goblet Squat, it's really easy to just hold one dumbbell or even a kettlebell if you have it at your chest. We're gonna do 15, all right? So you may wanna go light on this. So I'm gonna take one of my 15-pound dumbbells. Normally I goblet squat with like my 30 or 35-pound kettlebell, but for demonstration today, I'm just going with the 15 since we've got so many reps. For goblet squats, I like feet slightly outside of hips, toes slightly out. All right, knees in line with toes no matter what you do. We're gonna squat low, keep the weight at your chest, chest up. Here we go, 15, 2, 3, 4, keep your abs braced, 5, I can totally see my family moving around behind me, 7, 8, 9, it's okay, I got this whole sunroom to myself, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, awesome. Woo! Okay, so following this up with Warrior Two is gonna be challenging. Warrior Two is a really big hip opener, also leg strengthener. So take your feet super wide. I like to kind of stretch my arms out, come into star position. So ankles under the wrist or maybe slightly less distance than the wrist. You're gonna turn your right foot out to the side, but keep your left foot in. Doing it with shoes is perfectly okay. It's not as good as doing it barefoot. Bend that right knee. Try to keep your chest up. Chest facing forward, arms out. Good. Gaze over your front fingers. Staying here for about 30 seconds. Good. Even though my belly is out, still trying to hug my belly button in a little bit around use my transverse abdominis around my core. If you could bend that front knee a little bit more, go for it. Good. Inhale, flying warrior, both arms up, both legs straight, everything center, stretch tall, all three of the length sides of your body so you can keep that length. Turn your left foot out, Warrior Two, other leg. Take your gaze down your fingertips. Belly is in. A lot of weight into that front heel, but a strong straight back leg as well. Just keep breathing. Such a fierce pose. Other ones are a little bit more relaxed than this. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, hands to hips. Good, you could jump feet together or step them back together. So one more round, Goblet Squats, Warrior Two. Grab your weight. If it wasn't enough weight, double up. You can always double front rack and go for a front rack squat with both dumbbells, okay? We got 15 of them, however. So feet wide, lower abs in, okay? I really like to inhale at the top of my squat and exhale to press. So inhale here, down, and exhale up. We've got 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, last two, 14, 15, woo! Nice, weight down. Grab a drink of water anytime if you need it. Okay, grab mine now. Good, even my dog is waiting outside the window wanting to come in. Pretty funny. Feet wide, come into starfish position or star position. Measuring out your feet. Let's start with the left leg. Left toes out. Bend that left knee. A lot of people have a tendency to reach forward in warrior two, so make sure your heart is stacked over your hips. Take your gaze down your left fingers and breathe. Keep your left knee in line with that left toe. Don't let it wobble in or out. Keep holding, you guys. We know we got this. Good, flying warrior. Straighten both arms, both legs. Feels good to come out of that and get long. Exhale, straighten the other side. Turn the toe, turn the knee. Good, so this is a big hip opener because this front leg is really externally rotating. I love yoga because not only are you increasing mobility, but you're increasing strength. So it's kind of doing double duty. Weightlifting kind of does the same thing, so this is a great workout. Keep breathing. Awesome. Flying warrior, reach up tall. Exhale, hands down. Good. You can step it in and shake it out. So we're moving down onto the floor for little abs and glutes. We are nearing the end of class, okay? So each one of these, we're only gonna do one set through, okay, to keep the class short. But you can do 2 sets of all of this. You can do 3 sets of this to get a full hour in. Come on down, okay? So for glutes, we have our good old-fashioned bridge. If you have a dumbbell, I recommend, why not weighting your bridge? So I'm gonna weight my bridge with 1 dumbbell. We're gonna do 20 of them. So a lot of reps, okay? Come on down into your back. Heels, we want them to be close to your glutes. A good measurement is just to see, can I touch my heels with my fingertips? If you can't, it's no big deal, but I want you to try to walk your heels in close. If you've got that weight, the weight goes on the top of the thigh, okay? So not the hip bone, all right? Lift your chest, press your shoulders into the mat. Here we go. 20 of these. Up and down. Good, there's 3, and you're doing your own 20. I'll count every 5 or so. There's 5. Really driving your heels down into the ground. You don't have to overarch your back. There's 10, I'm halfway there. I'm already feeling the burn in my glutes because I'm really squeezing at the top. There's 15, here we go. 16, 17, keep your knees forward, toes forward. 19, and 20. Woo, amazing job. Weight off to the side if you have it. Cross your right ankle over your left. We're gonna take pigeon on our back today. Thread the needle. Some people call this thread the needle. Great glute stretch, especially right after working those glutes. We're only gonna hold about 30 seconds on either side. Of course, recline pigeon is a good one to do for even longer periods of time. But again, we're not quite done yet. We've still got a little bit of core left. Combining regular pigeon, upright pigeon with any kind of hip thrust or glute bridge is also a really great strength yoga superset. Switch sides. Crossing opposite ankle. I really like to interlace my hands behind my thigh. Make sure that front ankle is flexed, or your foot is flexed. Good to have a flexed foot while you're working on external rotation of that hip. And try to hug it in. Keep your back on the mat. Feeling super tight here today. Good, and release. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. You can squeeze them in nice and tight. Take a rock and a roll to come up to seated. Okay, so we are on to abs. First thing we're gonna do is plank hold. We're gonna hold it for 40 seconds. You can do forearm plank, forearms on the ground. Make sure your forearms are in line with your shoulders. Or you can do a stiff arm plank like me, okay? I gotta have room for my belly. Planks are actually okay to do in pregnancy as long as I don't have too much abdominal splitting, which amazingly, I don't have a ton of that yet. Got a nice strong core, okay? So we're gonna come in. I'm gonna have the time going here on the clock. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Find your plank. 40 seconds. If it ever gets too hard, you just lower down onto your knees. Make sure your fingers are spread apart. Press the floor away. A lot of plank also is upper body strength. You know, you've got to have strong shoulders. Again, strong biceps and triceps, which we worked out today. Straighten your legs. We only got 8 seconds. Awesome. Okay. Second abdominal exercise, side plank crunches, okay? So again, just demoing, coming into your side plank. I got my left arm down, left foot down. You can come into your side plank and oblique crunch like this, okay? Super hard for me to demonstrate when I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna do it the modified version, which is side plank with the knee down. You're still gonna reach and crunch. We've got 12 on this side, 12 on the other. 1, so you can do this from a full side plank, super hard. 3, 4, I think it's hard with the knee down. 5, reach. 6, 7, 8, here we go, 4 more. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, awesome. If you don't want to give yourself a break, pass through a plank, straighten to the other side. Remember, you can do these side crunches, no knee down, okay? 12 other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strong support arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Coming back into plank or just settling into all fours. What is a great complement to abs? There's nothing better than a good old cat-cows. So hands down, inhale, arch that back, tilt that pelvis to the sky. Exhale, tuck your tail and round. Whew. Inhale, arch. I have to say, for a pregnant lady, cat-cows feel amazing. Getting those ripples, those waves through the spine. Let's keep going. Three more. Inhale. Deep exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Deep exhale. Last one. Good. Knees as wide as your mat. Toes touching. Child's pose. You deserve it. Spend over a half hour hitting up these strength supersets in yoga. Press your palms into the mat. Straighten your arms if you can. Rest your forehead down. Allow the sides of your body to be long. Hips are sinking down, down, down towards the heels, if not in between the heels. Walking your hands in, just one more cool down stretch, okay? Seated Janu Shirshasana, that's what we call this in yoga. You're gonna take your right foot to the inside of your left leg, just like tree leg, okay? Some people just call this runner stretch or hamstring stretch. You're gonna turn towards your extended leg and just take a forward fold. Now there's no need to try to go for the toes. You're just working on hinging at your hips, reaching your heart. So if you see I have a little herky on my shirt, like I'm trying to take it towards my toes, okay? If you are flexible enough and you can reach without too much rounding in your upper back, you can do that. It's just nice to get those hamstrings, since if you're sitting a lot, standing a lot, hamstrings are being shortened, okay? So we want to lengthen that posterior chain. It's also a great stretch to just come back to your inner calm after you work out. Good. Switching sides. Use your hands to get your legs into position. Rotate, look at your toes, and take your fold on the other side. So for me, wow, this side is so different than the other side. Way, way more tightness at my hamstring and my lower back. And having unevenness is kind of typical for most people, but we want to hold those stretches evenly on either side so that we can achieve balance. Good. Inhale, go ahead and come on up. You can cross your legs. All right, just a couple deep breaths. Sit up nice and tall. Hands can be down, hands can be up. I like to turn my hands down. I'm around my family all day, so anytime I turn my hands down, I can take a couple deep breaths myself. I really like that. I'm not getting a lot of myself time being stuck at home, but a couple deep breaths is all it takes to make me feel a little bit rejuvenated. Deep breath in, full breath. Inhale into the front and back of your ribs. And out the mouth. Awesome. So you guys, that was about 35 minutes. Feel free to do this workout again. We did 2 sets of our upper and lower body. So if you want to take that to 3 sets, and with the glutes and the abs, do 2 or 3 sets of that, you have yourself an hour of lifting and yoga. All right. I hope when the rec center comes back open that you guys try out one of my abs and glutes classes or one of my high intensity interval classes. We might do some gentle yoga and yoga interval classes too. So I'm excited to see you guys come August. All right, everyone stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you, you guys.